everyone! Today is a very, very special episode because you get to see my face! I am the voice behind the Wellness Journey podcast series. My name is Rachel and I am the blogger and podcaster of Fit After 50. So other than seeing my face today, it's very special because I get to answer questions from the audience and the Fit After 50 team. So without further ado, let's get to it. Question number 1. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Okay, sure. So I was born and raised in Hong Kong, and after I graduated from high school, I went to Toronto for my university degree. I studied at the University of Toronto Bachelor of Kinesiology. Yeah, cut that out. So for those who are not familiar with what kinesiology is, it's basically a study of human movement. We are a multidisciplinary field because we study anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, and social sciences. So in my program, in 3rd and 4th year, you get to do placements. So you can work within campus or outside campus in healthcare organizations, usually within the Toronto community. And in my 3rd year, I worked at the anatomy lab on campus. And then in the 4th year, I worked with Andre. So that's how I met him. Okay, question number 2. Your style is so unique. Oh my God. How do you prepare your podcast? I can tell you this, it is not easy because there is a lot of research and drafting when you do a podcast. So basically, for those who have been listening to my podcast, except for the first one, every topic I have 2 episodes. So around 45 minutes per episode, and it adds up to like 8 to 10 minutes per topic. And for each topic, I can spend between 5 to 10 hours to make it 8 to 10 minute podcast. And the reason is there's a lot of research in it, and some of the content is from the things that I've learned in my program, but a lot of things I needed some more backup. I needed more evidence, and most of the evidence that you've been hearing from me are from journal articles. So they're research articles, they're peer-reviewed, so you can be comfortable and confident of what I deliver to you. And then I have to draft my podcast, and then I review it. I see where I can add some sound effects so that it can make it sound more entertaining. And then I do the recording, which can take up to like half an hour, give or take. And then, I send it to the Fit After 50 team, and then they help me combine all the bits and pieces, add in the sound effects, and then they will give me the first draft of the podcast. I usually would approve it, and then they would just release it on the day of. All right, question number 3. Is there a common theme for all the episodes in the first season? I would say yes. So for all the episodes, I like to focus on self-awareness. I like to tell people what to look for when they're stressed, when they are lack of sleep. And I would tell people to reflect more on, let's say, their body image or their relationship with others. So I think it's pretty unique because some of the podcasts that I've been hearing is more about scientific evidence, or people sharing their personal experience in terms of this health condition, etc. But for me, I didn't have that much resources to interview others, or I couldn't spend a lot of time to dig into like 50 or 100 references. That's not possible for me. So for my approach, it's more about helping people to get to know them so that they can know how to take care of themselves, because we can't take care of others if we don't take care of ourselves. Question number 4. In the first season, you talked about how various aspects of our life is related to happiness. What can we expect for the second season? I think the second season is more or less the same. I would talk about self-awareness and self-care, but the second season will be more like the first season, will be like a foundation for the second season. So it's kind of a build on. For example, you will hear about work-life balance, and it's really hard to explain that unless you know a little bit about social support, because in terms of work-life balance, it's also about your relationship with your work colleagues and your supervisors, and also how you can spend time at work versus giving some time to spend with your friends and family, and also give yourself some alone time. So yeah, you can expect that the first season will be like a foundation for second season, so that you can better understand the topics I will be discussing in the second season. Question number 5. In your last podcast, you mentioned the support that you had received from Fit After 50 team. Can you tell us a little bit more about it? Sure. So even before the first episode that I wrote, Andre sent me a list of topics that I could talk about, like happiness, stress, sleep, and social support. And then I would do my research one by one, and then I'll send it to Yan to add in the sound effects. I should mention one thing. In my last episode, I mentioned Yan as Jan, and I do want to apologize for that because I'm not familiar with Spanish. So I confirmed with Andres that I should refer to him as Yan. So thank you, Yan and Andres, for supporting me throughout this series. It couldn't have happened without you. So thank you. All right, question number 6. That's the last question, by the way. The podcast has received many positive feedback. Did you expect that? No, I didn't expect that. I couldn't believe how many people actually liked it. And my friends who have been listening to it has been telling me how much they liked my voice and also my podcast. So no, and I think the main reason is because this is the very first time I'm doing a podcast, and the workload is more than I expected. So I imagine myself burning out in the end. But over time, I fell in love with making podcasts because it is an opportunity for me to share what I learn to you, and I can promote something that I really cherish a lot, which is to be aware of yourself and to take care of yourself, because in modern society it's all about taking care of others, considering others' feelings, others' perspective. Everything is about others, but sometimes it's good to put the focus back to yourself and think about what is happening to you. Are you stressed? Are you lacking sleep? Are you eating well? And then once you get to know how to take care of yourself, you can start taking care of others. And I think that's how it should work. So yeah, I didn't expect that so many people liked it. But I genuinely really appreciate how people enjoyed my podcast, and it brought me a lot of happiness to know that you guys enjoyed it as much as I do. So thank you. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like it, don't forget to hit that like button and share it to your friends and family. All the previous episodes are on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, so that you can always go back and check them out. Once again, thank you for joining me today. If you like more videos of me, let us know, and we'll see you next time. Bye!